Salve, salve, galerinha. Tudo bem com vocês? Aqui é o Brunão, também conhecido como Slen, Cebola Geek. E aqui na nossa camada aterrorizante de hoje, nós temos algo especial. Caso vocês não tenham percebido, hoje é a nossa 10ª edição. Chegamos ao 10º ReacTERROR. E eu vou fazer um especialzinho. Eu vou pegar dois top 5 para fazer 10 vídeos ao todo. Então, segura o coração, porque vai ser complicado pra mim, principalmente. E vai ser uma longa jornada hoje. Então, pega uma água, pega um lanchinho, alguma coisa, vem comigo e vamos entrar nesse túnel aqui nesse túnel escuro e assustador que é o nosso React Terror. E galera, antes de mais nada, se inscreve no canal, deixa seu like e compartilha esse vídeo para mais pessoas virem se assustar aqui junto com a gente. E tô pronto? Você tá pronto? Então, deixa aqui nos comentários se você tá pronto ou não. E vamos lá, galera. Começamos mais um React Terror.
Top 5 ghosts caught on camera. The passenger. This next chilling CCTV video was allegedly shared to the public by an anonymous taxi driver in Japan. He says that a little after 1 a.m. he saw a woman on the street raise her hand to hail his taxi. He pulls over and stops. But what happens next is truly bizarre. The taxi driver remotely opens the door in the back with a switch, expecting the woman to step inside the vehicle. But when he looks again, there's no one there. So the confused driver simply closes the door and drives away. But just a few minutes later, he drives through a tunnel on the road. Without him knowing, his drive recorder captures something absolutely terrifying. The extremely disturbing figure of a woman can be seen appearing in the backseat of his car. Not once, but twice. She appears distorted with a swollen face, one creepy eye open and one closed. The taxi driver claims that he had no idea what was happening so close behind him. He says that he felt a disturbing chill at the time, but he didn't see or hear anything unusual. The driver believes this to be the manifestation of a spirit of the victim of a traffic accident on this road, forever lost on the streets of Japan, trying to get a ride back home. Something under the bed.
Cara, eu não achei assustador, mas eu achei interessante a história.
Parents Josh and Sarah from Nashville, Tennessee had never posted anything related to the paranormal on either one of their TikTok pages. That is until one night when Sarah and Josh discover something very strange on their bedroom security camera. Sarah is fast asleep in bed with her daughter Emma when this happens. Little Emma is sleeping peacefully with her doll when it inexplicably moves on its own. But creepiest of all, the child's shirt appears to be getting tugged by something that's just not there. Dad Josh believes the strange event to be something paranormal, but his wife Sarah is still skeptical. But it gets even creepier. Because late one night, Josh is at work and Sarah is fast asleep. Just around midnight, the baby monitor in Emma's bedroom records something terrifying. The TV in the room is on and little Emma is awake and seems to be curious about something underneath her bed. When she goes to investigate, the little girl appears to be getting pulled underneath the bed. Emma starts to cry and yells out for her mother, who soon wakes up and comes to her rescue. But just what happened to little Emma is unclear. Josh explains that he has no idea what happened to his daughter. He shows in a video that the space under Emma's bed is too small for anyone to have been hiding under there. So what do you think happened to little Emma? Could it be that some dark presence has attached itself to the toddler? Or just what is going on here? Let me know what you think. The haunt.
Eu não tanco paradas com criança. Mano do céu, eu queria muito
Haunting in Holland,
disso.
Part 2. So, a month ago I featured a spooky video
Era o vídeo da mulher que tinha um bicho na cozinha e saiu e botou.
from an anonymous Dutch YouTuber named Sabia L.
Nossa.
Ai, korona.
Olha isso.
Ik weet niet waar het vandaan komt. Oh my god.
Eu saía da casa na hora, não tinha nem que pensar, velho. Eu vou ficar em casa com isso. Sei lá, vai que é um assassino, um assaltante, sei lá, bicho. Não ia mesmo. Barulho de porta, não tem nada, é só.
Is er aan de hand?
Ah, não, não.
At the time, the video was a bit of a mystery, as all the information I had was her YouTube username, Sabia L, and that she was living in Holland. But since then, I've actually been able to contact Sabia and ask her about her videos. Sabia shared with me that she lives in a small apartment in Holland in a house that was built in 1923. She says she doesn't really know the history of the house, but that ever since she moved in last year, she noticed a presence in the home. Cabinet doors open and close on their own, things move, and on multiple occasions she has seen a dark shadow out of the corner of her eye. Sabia says that she was a skeptic before she moved in, but after experiencing the repeated paranormal activity, she became a believer. Now, after I featured Sabia L's video last time, she received many encouraging comments from Nuke's Top 5 viewers, and so she decided to start filming more of the strange activity in her home. One night, she captures something downright creepy.
Daar gaan we weer. Die deur.
Porta de vidro, velho. Tem. Sei lá, alguém tá empurrando ali sem ser visto.
stil.
Calma,
Dat is dat
calma.
vieze, creepy ass keukentje.
Acende a porra da luz do quarto, cara. Deus. Pelo amor de Jesus, acende a luz desse quarto, cara. Porra, você tá de sacanagem.
Kijk, dat bedoel ik dus. Dat is dat licht.
Uma lanterna, cara. Deixa essa porra ficar iluminada, não. Deixa essa porra ficar no escuro, não, cara.
Dit gaan we doen weer. Zie, er is hier dus. Dit is dus het lichtknopje. Het is echt helemaal niet. Deze deur is gewoon dicht. Er is hier gewoon echt helemaal niemand.
Ei, caralho, o bagulho apagou com ela ali, velho. Vai tomar no cu.
Zie je, zo'n ding. Kijk. Dat bedoel ik dus. Dat bedoel ik dus. Oh my god. Er is hier echt helemaal niemand.
Era alguma coisa tentando abrir a porta. Olha que loucura, velho.
A heavy sliding door that's fairly difficult to move actually slides sideways completely on its own. Sabia is freaked out but tries to stay calm. The light in the kitchen then shuts on and off and a cabinet door opens and closes. Sabia can't find any explanation for the strange activity. Another night, and she records again as the presence seems to be getting more and more aggressive.
Dat ding beweegt. Kijk. Zie. Jezus. Poes gaat er ook al vandoor. Oh. Is dit allemaal? Ik vind het helemaal niet leuk. Oh my god. Ik ben dus helemaal alleen. Oh, dat ding. Oké, ik ga hier weg. Oh, er gebeurt me allemaal te veel in mijn huis.
And then, only 2 days later, Sabia captures something else. Something absolutely horrifying.
Oh, caralho.
Licht elke keer. Oh. Dat was een stem. Dat was een stem. Oh, Jezus. Wat is dat? Oh, what the f***, joh.
Sabia watches from her bedroom as all of her lights flicker on and off. She suddenly hears the voice of what sounds like a young girl, but the voice is so low and muffled that it's barely comprehensible in Dutch. But that's not even the creepiest part of the video. Because, did you see it? Watch one more time.
Licht elke keer. Oh.
A horrifying dark figure can be seen standing in Sabia's living room, seemingly watching her from behind the sliding door before it disappears into thin air. So is Sabia's home haunted by a dark presence? Let me know what you think. You can watch all of Sabia L's paranormal encounters over on her YouTube channel, Sabia L. If you see a video that you think would be perfect for the top 5, or if you have a ghost hunting channel and you caught something great, contact me at nukestop5@gmail.com. The Highway 5 Ghost Girl.
Mano. Nada vai ser difícil, viu, gente? Só pra avisar. Que esse vídeo aí já me pegou. Eu tô totalmente arrepiado, cara. Não tô. Nossa. Eu não consigo nem imaginar o que eu faria na situação dessa pessoa.
This next video, posted to Reddit by user Lil Goth Doll, was recorded from a monitor, then screen capped on a phone before it finally made its way to the internet. So it's a bit potato quality. Nevertheless, the video is chilling. It was pulled from the dashcam feed of two truck drivers after a very frightening incident. So, one night two truckers are driving on Highway 5 in Lynn, Alabama, when they get the scare of a lifetime.
Dois motoristas de caminhão. Você lembrou do Goiano agora.
The panic-stricken truck drivers pull over and call 911. But when they check the highway and the surrounding area along with arriving police, they don't find anything. There's just no one there. After the truck drivers request a viewing of the footage recorded that night on Highway 5, they are shocked. Just like they thought, there is in fact a girl in a long dress walking across the road, seemingly getting hit by their truck. They later find out that there's a well-known ghost story associated with this road, Highway 5 in Lynn, Alabama. The story goes that 10 years ago on a rainy night, a teenage girl on her way home from her high school prom lost her life on the road after being hit by an 18-wheeler truck. Over the years, many truck drivers claim that they have witnessed a girl wearing a prom dress on Highway 5. So could it be that these truck drivers captured the prom dress ghost of Highway 5? Their reactions certainly look convincing, but as always, you decide. The Ghost Files. Popular German paranormal investigators Die Geisterakten, which translates to The Ghost Files, travel to an allegedly haunted estate in Bad Ems, Germany. The sprawling structure was constructed in the 1920s and served as a critical care center run by the Protestant Church. The makeshift medical center was staffed by nuns and female church officials who devoted their lives to caring for the sick and the elderly. Many of the patients at the care center suffered from devastating and highly contagious diseases. So it's not surprising that over its 70-year history, many people lost their lives inside these walls, including men, women, children, and even the devoted nuns who often caught infectious diseases from the very patients that they were treating. The staff of the care center slowly dwindled until there was just no one left to care for patients. The care center was eventually left abandoned in 1993. Cut to current day. The abandoned historic building is said to be haunted by the spirits of its deceased patients. There are countless reports from visitors who claim to have seen dark apparitions and witnessed unexplained supernatural activity inside the old abandoned care home. The Die Geisterakten investigators split up into 3 teams to explore different sections of the massive building.
Por que sempre tem corajoso que vai sozinho? Os 3 times. 2, 2 e 1.
When team members Daniel and Biola explore the basement, they begin to experience something truly bizarre.
Einfach durch so eine Tür gehen.
Hast du das gehört?
Was war? Was war?
Da war, das klang gerade wie eine Stimme.
Eine Stimme. Einfach durch so eine Tür gehen.
Hast du das gehört?
Hallo? Ist jemand bei uns? Wir waren gerade schon wieder in Fritte. Hallo? Jetzt von hier?
Wollen wir mal gucken gehen?
Auf jeden
Das
Fall.
sind definitiv Schritte. Hast du das gehört? Halt
Was
mal.
denn?
Warte.
Was war?
Es hat übelst geknallt. Hallo?
Daniel and Viola hear the unexplained voice of a child and soon after hear loud footsteps coming from all directions. The two investigators call out to whoever could be making the creepy sounds, but no answer. And Daniel and Viola aren't the only ones hearing strange things. Team members Julia and Katja are exploring another area of the building that used to be the children's ward, and they too start to hear something.
Ich tue mich mit der Ecke hier schwer.
Okay.
Ja, so viel Schlabertöne aus der Ecke. Das hört sich an, als ob ein Kind schreit.
Hast du es gehört?
Ja.
Ich hab's auch gehört.
Da wieder. Der war ja mal ein Baby, eine Kinderstation.
Julia and Katja also hear the creepy voice of a child coming from somewhere inside the building. Later into the investigation, Daniel and Viola start hearing unexplained footsteps on a stairway and begin to feel like someone is watching them. They set up a thermal imaging camera and connect to a large screen so that they can watch in real time. They sit down on the stairs and start to ask questions directed to any spirits still lingering in the abandoned care home. The two witness and capture something absolutely chilling.
Du bist noch auf der Treppe, ne?
Magst du mal die Treppe runterkommen? Komm doch mal zu uns. Setz dich doch mal zwischen uns. Das wird aber auch gerade kälter werden. Gerade wird's eiskalt.
Umso länger wir miteinander reden, umso mehr werdet ihr, ne? Gibt's irgendeinen Kommunikationsmechanismus, in dem ihr euch, wenn ihr mit uns redet, wenn ihr mit Menschen allgemein redet, der dann die anderen Energien anzieht?
Hinter uns und an deiner rechten Schulter.
Das ist rundrum gerade.
Ja, aber das sieht gerade, also bei dir rechts ist definitiv, irgendwie sieht das aus, als würde sich da irgendwas manifestieren. Also wir können dich sehen über unsere Technik, können wir dich so ein bisschen sichtbar machen. Magst du mal meine rechte Hand berühren?
The investigators watch as thermal shapes and distortions seem to appear all around them. One figure seems to rise up right between them, and another shape even seems to touch Daniel's hand. Meanwhile, Julie and Katja, who are exploring a different section of the large building, are also beginning to feel like they are not alone.
Mano, como eu não vi o outro cara, eu não sei, será que não era pra ter 3 times? Tipo, 2, 2 e 1? Ou se um cara só fica nas coisas técnicas?
Okay, da war ein kleiner. Wer ist das? Hallo?
Daniel?
Wer ist da?
Ich glaube, jetzt haben wir ein Problem.
Jetzt ist jemand da. Hallo? Wer ist da?
Se você distrai falando, sai com a câmera embaixo.
Das bitte. Was war das bitte?
Das war mehr als gruselig. Jetzt müssen wir die anderen aber informieren. Was ist denn gerade? Leute, wir sind nicht mehr alleine.
Hallo, wer ist da? Oh mein Gott, mein Herz rast. Hallo?
Julie and Katja hear disturbing sounds and movement coming from somewhere near them. Because the sounds are so loud, they think there might actually be another person in there with them. They decide to just get out of there. Using their walkie-talkies, they call the rest of the team back to their meeting point. But whatever is in the building seems to follow them. What happens next shocks them all.
Hier an der Treppe haben wir unten das Licht gesehen und die Stimme.
Hallo?
Das war aber hier unten.
Stefan?
Ja,
Hinter uns. Das klang gerade wie Stöckelschuhe. Habt ihr das gehört?
Das war fast wie vorhin auf der Treppe.
Stöckelschuhe. Stöckelschuhe. Ganz eindeutig. Hallo?
Stefan is downstairs when the rest of the team hears the sound of high heels coming down a hallway. When they look down the hall, one of their cameras captures the dark silhouette of what seems to be a woman walking from right to left before suddenly vanishing into thin air. So did Die Geisterakten capture the spirits of deceased patients that are said to haunt the abandoned building? And if not, just what did they capture? You can watch this full 2-hour episode and many more creepy investigations over on the YouTube channel Die Geisterakten.
Gente, esse último eu não sei. Assim, a maior parte das coisas parece ser editável posteriormente. Parece ser algo que alguém com um bom trabalho de vídeo poderia fazer. E os sons e tudo mais. E eu não sei, as reações. Não sei. Eu achei menos assustador. Pra mim, é óbvio que o mais bizarro pra mim foi o da Holanda e o da criança, certamente, né? O legal é que eu fiz a inversão do tempo, né? Eu fiz primeiro de 2 de março e agora eu vou fazer o de 23 de fevereiro. Olha que legal. Então a gente vai ter um túnel do tempo invertido aqui, o túnel do tempo mesmo, a gente tá voltando ainda. Então, gente, deixa eu só respirar um pouquinho. Vocês estão prontos? Então vamos pro segundo vídeo, porque hoje são 10. Hoje são 10. Gente, eu tô suando frio. Eu tô, sério, eu tô com ar-condicionado ligado no 18, no mínimo. Clima de montanha e eu tô suando. Então, vamos que vamos.
Top 5 Ghosts
Que aqui tem coragem.
caught on camera. Following. If you're a regular viewer of Nuke's Top 5, then you probably remember Czech ghost hunter ILM and Bono Paranormal.
Meu Deus, esse cara.
I featured some of his previous terrifying explorations at an abandoned car factory in the past.
No way. No way. No way.
The old car factory in the city of Ostrava, Czech Republic, has been abandoned for almost 60 years after a large explosion took the lives of several workers. Locals claim that the angry spirits of the deceased workers still haunt the decaying old factory. At the end of his previous exploration, Bono fled in terror, but his viewers wanted to see more. So reluctantly, ILM and Bono once again returns to the spooky abandoned car factory. And
Cara, esse maluco é o maluco mais corajoso, mais dedicado, o mais estúpido que eu já vi na vida, não sei, cara. O maluco ele tem cagaço, ele corre que nem um maratonista quando ele vê as paradas assim acontecendo. Maratonista não, ele corre que nem um atleta olímpico, né? De tiro de curta distância. É, e ele. E cara, o cara vai voltar pela terceira vez nesse lugar, cara. Depois no último, ele claramente, o que quer que seja, tá muito mais ligado a ele do que na primeira vez.
This time, even though he's understandably very nervous, he promises his new audience that he'll do his best to keep calm and not run away from anything.
Ele falou que dessa vez, mesmo estando extremamente assustado, ele vai. Porra. Ele vai fazer o melhor dele pra não correr de nada. Eu acho uma decisão maluca da parte dele.
But it turns out that promise might be a bit hard to keep.
This room. I just wanted to check because in the previous video I ran from it and a lot of you hated me for running from this room. I will try not to run away from anything and try and stay calm. But there's... what? You won't believe me. I just got spooked by my hair. Wow. I'm a real ghost hunter.
Ele se assustou com o próprio cabelo. Incrível, maravilhoso. Que bom que ele põe um clima leve antes de pegar pesado.
The nervous ghost hunter actually gets spooked by his own hair, but he laughs it off and continues. As he makes his way through dark, winding hallways deeper and deeper into the abandoned factory, he starts to get an uneasy feeling that he might not be alone.
Je tu někdo se mnou v téhle místnosti?
A door slams shut somewhere near the frightened ghost hunter. As he tries to find the source of the loud sound, he finds an open door into a small bathroom area. Now, what's especially odd is that the door to the bathroom area had been locked shut earlier, making the room inaccessible. But now, the door is mysteriously open. In a later investigation, Bono carefully enters the bathroom area and begins to explore. It did not go well.
Halo? Jste někdo? I hear something, bro. Yes, please. No! Já jsem tu přišel jenom prohledat, já jsem chtěl jenom nějaké fotky. Já tu ne...
Uma pessoa? Uma pessoa real?
Halo?
Did you see it? When looking into the last bathroom stall, the sight of an unexpected dark figure sends Bono running out into the hallway. He assumes that he has stumbled upon a homeless person or some other stranger. So Bono calls out, explaining that he's only there to explore, nothing else. When no one answers, Bono carefully walks back toward the stall.
Meu Deus, e a porta tá fechada agora, velho. Que porra é essa, velho? Não, não faz isso não, não faz isso não. Meu coração, velho.
Hello? No freaking way. There is literally no one.
There's no one there. Later in the investigation, Bono heads to a room in the abandoned car factory which seems to be the most supernaturally active. Bono has caught several frightening unexplained occurrences in this room.
This is the room that all of you know the story of. These are the cups, and this is the closet.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm out of here. No, I'm not going. Yeah, I know I said I wouldn't run away, but in this room especially, this room is really like aggressive, the spirits in this room, so I don't want to get hurt. I'm sorry. So I I also wanted to check. Oh! Hello?
Almost immediately, the door of a fridge swings open on its own, and Bono just leaves. But no matter where Bono goes, something seems to be following him.
Oh!
Ô, caralho. Esse cara não pode mais fazer isso sozinho, não.
Oh! Oh! Nope. I'm sorry. That was too aggressive.
The unexplained activity only seems to get even more aggressive as Bono explores the abandoned factory. It's almost as if something just does not want him there. As Bono heads down one of the dark hallways of the creepy abandoned building, things take yet another terrifying turn.
Anyway, I think there's one more room. I don't know what. One more thing that I want to show you.
Mano, eu vi.
What the fuck?
Eu vi. Parece tipo pessoa.
I said I won't be scared. Let's go.
Corre daí, velho.
Hello? Hello? Heter jag då?
The sound of glass falling to the floor catches Bono's attention, and as he turns around, the same shadow figure he saw earlier seems to be watching him. So he gathers his courage and walks back to investigate. No one there. Bono basically says that he is done. He ends the investigation and leaves the factory. So did Bono capture real ghost activity on camera? Are the ghosts of the workers that passed away inside the factory angry that he has disturbed them? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide. You can watch Bono's entire 6-part series at the Abandoned Car Factory over on his YouTube channel, ILMN Bono Paranormal. If you see a video that you think would
Eu não sei se esse cara. As reações dele são muito verdadeiras. É tudo muito bizarro. Ele também não. Mano, eu não sei. Eu realmente não sei. Eu tenho. Mas eu. Fico tenso com os vídeos dele, sim. E cara, eu espero muito que se ele for fazer mais investigação, que ele faça com alguém, cara, que ele não fique mais sozinho, que ele não faça desse jeito mais, porque é muito risco, porque pode ser realmente um morador de rua, pode ser um psicopata, pode ser um cara que pode ser um morador de rua, mas que tá ali há muito tempo e não sei o que, e sabe se esconder, os caminhos e, cara, isso... Mas realmente, os armários eu não tenho... Porque o jeito que eles abrem, o ângulo que eles abrem, o jeito que tudo se abre ao mesmo tempo é muito estranho. Bizarro mesmo.
would be perfect for the top 5, or if you have a ghost hunting channel and you caught something great, contact me at nukestop5@gmail.com. Forgotten. Popular Korean ghost hunter Yoon Shuan goes out to explore an abandoned house in the middle of the night. Yoon claims in his YouTube videos that while he does sometimes film at allegedly haunted locations, he never fakes or fabricates any of the creepy activity that he captures in his investigations. But just like everyone else, Yoon Shuan can occasionally get a little spooked, sometimes by something silly.
아이씨, 개같은 새끼야. 이봐, 깜짝 놀라서 이 방 들어가려고 하는데 뭘 조심하라 그래. 자꾸 그럼 못 들어가잖아.
Mano, o celular dele, o aplicativo da caixa espiritual tava ligado. E ele gritou, ele falou, tome cuidado.
Yoon Shuan completely forgets that he's using a Spirit Box phone app when suddenly a loud voice from the app warns him, be careful. Yoon gets jump scared by his own app and flies into a bit of a rage. So, one dark and stormy night, Yoon finds himself in a strange house that has a bit of a creepy past. Locals say that the house was built on top of a graveyard and that some of the graves were never moved. Yoon has no idea why the property was abandoned, but he is determined to find out. He sets up a REM pod EMF detector at the front doorway entrance, and similar to before, he then completely forgets about it.
Tá, ele bota dispositivo e esquece. Meu Deus. Ai, desculpa, deixa eu rir, gente, por favor, eu preciso. Ai, caralho.
뭐야? 진짜 씨. 쟤 놀래서 그런 게 아니에요. 놀래서 그런 게 아니라 장비 잘 작동하고 있는지 확인해서 그런 겁니다.
Yoon jokes around and boldly claims that he's not scared. But soon things become a bit scarier for the ghost hunter, as he wanders too close to his own REM pod and accidentally sets it off himself. So Yoon decides to use a phone app called Snow that, similar to Snapchat, can detect faces and then add a filter or mask. And things get a bit creepy.
스노우는 귀신이 아니며 참고만 하는 그런 거 보시면 돼요. 스노우 한번 해볼게요. 여기 이런 귀신. 안녕하세요. 당신은 어디 있습니까? 분신사와 오디세이 재밌어. 오호, 저는 뭐야? 이건 뭐야? 이거 보일러시 같은데 뭔데? 반응이 조금 없지 않아 있어? 오, 잠깐만, 야, 이 쓰러지게. 방이 있어. 몰랐어. 보일러실인 줄 알았네. 뭐야? 야, 이따구로 다 될 거야? 잠깐만. 씨,
The app on his phone seems to be picking up a face right in front of a closed door. When he kicks it open, he discovers an empty room. The door then slams shut on its own. Now, this could be explained away as a draft of air blowing the door closed. But what happens next is a little harder to explain. Yoon places the REM pod.
Realmente, podia ser vento. Tem a janela do outro lado da sala.
Right in front of the mysterious closing door, and then continues to use the phone face detecting app. What happens next is truly bizarre.
씨, 깜짝이야, 야! 수어 뜨면서 울렸지. 와, 씨. 이제 점점 무서워진다, 저거. 잠깐, 앞쪽으로 나와줄 수 있어요? 우와! 씨. 나 깜짝 놀랐네. 오씨. 그래. 잠깐만, 나 긴장하고 있어서 그랬어. 야, 잠깐만. 잠깐만, 진짜 깜짝 놀라서 그래. 형님, 죄송해요. 소리 질러서 진짜 미안한데. 개깜짝 놀래.
Again, the phone app seems to see a face right in front of the door, and this time the REM pod also detects something. Then when the door slams shut, Yoon Soo-won gets the scare of a lifetime. However, the most terrifying part of his time inside the house is not what he saw or heard. You see, earlier in the night when the REM pod at the front entrance suddenly detects movement, Yoon captures something on camera without even knowing it. Something downright chilling.
뭐야 이거?
Did you see it? The door to the strange room slowly opens right in front of him, and then the REM pod right behind him detects movement. When he turns around, Yoon captures what appears to be a figure outside the house, walking from right to left.
Não, pra mim aquilo ali foi ramo de árvore.
Whatever it is seems to only be visible on camera because Yoon just doesn't see it. He only discovered this creepy capture after going back through his footage later. So, what do you think? Is it real, or is it all just a hoax? As always, you
Não sei, o cara parece ser muito bom em edição, pode manjar muito, então eu não sei se isso é real ou não. E ele faz sozinho, mas ele pode ter outras pessoas que ajudam ele, amigos próximos e família, tá? Não sei. Meio nebuloso.
decide. You can check out this full video over on the YouTube channel Shawan Yoon. Attachment. Ghost Hunting brothers Josh, Sean, and Rocky Foreman from the YouTube channel Paranormal Nightmare TV series were contacted by a family in Bloomington, Indiana, who claimed that they were experiencing a terrifying and violent haunting inside their home. The family claims they see the hooded apparition of a man in their bedrooms late at night, and they've witnessed the spirit of a young girl running through their house. But that's not all. Water faucets in the house turn on by themselves. The family hears unexplained talking and banging. During the night, something tugs at their blankets, and they find random unexplained bruises all over their bodies. But most terrifying of all, one day the kitchen stove gas is turned on without them knowing and left on for hours, putting the entire family in grave danger. The homeowner, Ron Hudson, believes that all of this strange activity could possibly be caused by the restless spirit of his deceased brother.
Okay, my brother passed away. It's been almost 8 years ago, but he was cremated, and his remains are in this box. This is the urn type thing that they put those ashes in after cremation. So that's my brother.
But the idea that it could be Ron Hudson's brother doesn't really explain the violent nature of the haunting. After all that has happened to the family, the mother and daughter, Virginia and G. Marie, believe that the supernatural presence in their home might be something much more sinister. The Foreman brothers stay overnight to investigate the paranormal activity inside the home. During their investigation, they capture unexplained figures on their SLS camera and catch strange voices on their spirit box.
I feel like it's cold.
Oh, there is something by you.
Is there? Because my back's getting cold.
Go by the bed. Oh,
There it is.
we can see you. Are you evil?
Now, all of the evidence that they capture is pretty creepy, but when the three brothers sit down to interview Mom Virginia, they capture something downright terrifying.
And we see shadows a lot. I'm always thinking somebody's behind me.
Looked like a shadow went straight through that room over there. Those two sitting on the couch, and then you were sitting behind there. So there's nobody else in the house with us. So to see something walk through there, I can't explain it.
An unexplained figure is seen walking behind Virginia in the hallway. Now keep in mind, the entire family and all of the Foreman brothers are sitting in the living room at the time of this recording. There is no one else in the house. So just who or what is that? Could it be that Ron Hudson is right? Is it his brother walking towards his own death urn? Or could it be something much more dark and sinister? As always, I leave it up to you to decide. You can check out this full video and many more great paranormal investigations over on the channel Paranormal Nightmare TV series. Grave. Paranormal YouTuber and Facebook livestreamer El Payaso de la Toledo sets out to investigate the allegedly haunted Los Mochis Cemetery in Mexico.
O outro achei interessante,
He's joined by his friends and fellow video creators Lorena Jacobo and Munra Vlogs. The investigators head to the graveyard to investigate the alleged paranormal sightings of the quote, Lady in the White Jacket, a local paranormal legend of a ghost woman who is said to walk the cemetery. However, once the group begins their investigation and invites the spirits of the old cemetery to show themselves, they don't see the Lady in the White Jacket, but it seems they might have disturbed an entirely different spirit in the Los Mochis Cemetery. El Payaso de la Toledo broadcast the entire investigation live to his Facebook page as the three friends witness something absolutely terrifying.
Estas entidades, seres de luz, seres de oscuridad que se encuentran en este cementerio, les pedimos que se manifiesten. Lo hagan con ruidos, lamentos, golpes. Queremos verlos, escucharlos. Queremos saber si están cerca de nosotros, que se hagan sentir.
Pasó un niño, güey. Pasó un niño, güey.
Un niño.
Pasó un niño por aquí.
¿Dónde, güey? Por aquí, payaso.
Sí, sí era un niño, güey. Para acá se metió.
¿Verdad que sí era un niño?
Sí.
Investigator Munra Vlogs blows air into his hand to make some sort of call, possibly to create energy for the spirits to use to manifest themselves. And that's when the figure of a small pale child can be seen running across the cemetery path. The creepy apparition disappears behind the gravestones. Now keep in mind that this is all being streamed live as the team immediately goes looking for the mysterious.
Isso foi ao vivo. Isso foi ao vivo. Isso foi sem corte, sem edição. Ok.
Child. And that's when things get even stranger.
¿En dónde estás?
Es que lo volví a escuchar.
¿Hay alguien?
Escuché ruido.
¡Uy, uy! ¿Lo escuchó?
Sí se escuchó.
Está llorando.
Sí se escuchó.
No mames. ¡Niño! ¡Ay, no mames, güey!
¡Ey! Se está riendo.
Por aquí
Se
debe
está
estar, güey.
riendo, payaso. ¿Anda un niño aquí?
¿Uy? ¿Sí? No, ese madre fue como que abrieron una reja o una puerta, güey.
¿Anda un niño por aquí? Oye, ¿no se le perdería a alguien ese niño?
Não, mas essa
When
hora...
calling
Ela falou meio, talvez uma criança tenha se perdido dos pais, mas essa hora, nesse lugar...
out to the child, the three investigators hear unexplained cries and laughter. They have no idea why a child would possibly be in the graveyard this late at night, and they continue searching out of concern for the child. But when it becomes clear that there is no one else in the cemetery, they start to believe that they might have witnessed an actual child spirit. They change tactics and start to ask the spirit to once again appear before their eyes.
Si eres un niño, si eres un demonio, si eres lo que seas, te pedimos que te acerques. Queremos verte de nuevo. Queremos escucharte.
Uy. Aquí algo tronó, compa.
¿Le estás hablando?
¿Dónde estás?
Hándolo saber.
¿Qué pasó? ¿Quién fue?
¿Algo pasó? Sí.
¿Escuchaste?
Sí, algo pasó, compa. ¿Qué fue?
¿Quién eres?
Mira, mira.
Corrió.
Aquí corrió algo.
¿Qué corrió? Aquí estás, niño.
¿En dónde estás? Hándolo saber. Mira, mira, espérame. Ay, no mames.
Ey,
Si es un niño, güey. Si es un niño, si es un niño. Si es un niño, güey. Si es un niño. Espérame. Ay, amigos. Si es un niño, güey. Si es un niño. Por aquí pasó, güey. Si es un niño, si es un niño. A ver, güey.
No mames.
Strange sounds seem to surround the three investigators, and again the figure of a small child runs across the cemetery path.
Cara, isso parece Parece realmente um espírito de uma criança ou alguma coisa que tá brincando com eles e tá em volta deles chamando atenção. É como se fosse alguma coisa que tava carente ali, sabe? E quando recebeu uma fonte de energia, ele foi lá e interagiu. Assim como pode ser alguém, pode ser até um anão, não sei, pregando uma peça, mas...
Appearing amongst the gravestones.
E pela distância, pode até ser uma pessoa, realmente. Uma pessoa adulta, não sei, mas é pela comparação com a
The team runs to find the child, but there's no one there. The mysterious child seems to have disappeared into thin air. So did Mexican ghost hunter El Payaso de la Toledo and his friends Lorena Jacobo and Moonra Vlogs capture the ghost of a restless child playing amongst the tombstones? Or is it just an elaborate hoax? You decide.
Eu gostei muito do fato de que eles foram atrás, eles foram em grupo também, em 3 pessoas, e aparentemente um deles sabe alguma coisa disso, ou acha que sabe, né? Não sei. Mas o fato deles terem ido em 3 pessoas, terem feito live também, que é mais difícil de enganar, de editar, de fazer essas coisas, né? Não tem muito metodologia para isso, né? Você teria que fazer um efeito prático para enganar as pessoas numa live. Então é interessante, dá bastante credibilidade e eu fiquei bem curioso.
Unholy. Urban explorer Christopher Hill from the YouTube channel.
Eita, eu lembro desse cara. Ele foi numa igreja abandonada, que ele tomou até um susto, mas que ele mesmo, durante a gravação, ele não tinha visto.
Urbex Hill is back on another exploration to a new, abandoned location. This time
Só que agora ele tá numa outra igreja.
he explores the first Hungarian Reformed Church in Cleveland, Ohio. Built in 1904, the church was in use for almost 100 years before it was abandoned in 2003. It has sat empty for almost 18 years. But vandalism and the elements have taken their toll on the old church. It now exists in a severe state of decay. Christopher records as he explores the church grounds, finding an old piano and a broken down electric organ. As he plays around with the dead keys of the old organ, the explorer captures something very creepy and unexpected on camera.
Lembrando que esses cortes que acontecem, geralmente eles não estão no vídeo original. E são cortes porque tipo não acontece nada no meio tempo, então ele vai pulando para a parte que interessa. Esse daí é um órgão elétrico, então obviamente sem eletricidade ele não vai funcionar.
That's crazy. No, I heard the piano. What the Oh, yeah.
The keys of the broken electric organ make no sound, but suddenly the piano across the room blasts out a note, as if something unseen slammed down on one of its keys. Christopher is shocked and makes his way over to the piano to check it out, but he finds nothing out of the ordinary. Then a chair suddenly tips over by itself. The urban explorer has had enough and decides to just get out of there. As he makes a quick exit, we can hear the loud, unexplained sounds of unknown objects crashing to the floor right behind him. So did Chris capture paranormal activity inside the 100-year-old church? Let me know what you think. You can check out this full video and more creepy explorations over on his YouTube channel, Urbex Hill. Thanks for...
Eu notei que esse cara, ele, desde que mudou o formato, desde que o Urbex, né, desde o primeiro vídeo dele, que ele foi visto fazendo terror, vendo o negócio de terror, aparentemente ele pela página do canal dele, ele saiu da exploração urbana sem motivo para uma exploração mais voltada para lugares assombrados. Achei que, porra, pode ou não ser algo. Eu não me arrisco a chutar. Mas eu também não ficaria no lugar depois daquilo ali, porque se mover alguns objetos, o que impede de mover algum objeto contra você, né? E... meus camaradas. Sobrevivi. Então, meus amigos, muitíssimo obrigado a todos vocês que ficaram comigo até agora, que aguentaram, que se arrepiaram e que comentem aqui embaixo o que vocês acharam dos vídeos de hoje. Espero muito que vocês tenham curtido esse especial com 10 clipes, 10 vídeos. E sério, gente, muitíssimo obrigado por me acompanhar nessa jornada. E como sempre, GG e até logo.